Hello and welcome. My name is Rachel. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. The title of this video was a little bit clickbaity, I will say, because I am going to talk about my Sephora haul. But let me cover my address. There we go. But I will tell you, I bought very few things from the Sephora sale. I actually made an Ulta order. I actually got more at Ulta than I did at Sephora, but listen, a haul is a haul in my opinion. So I'm just combining everything into one haul. I'm gonna show you what I bought at Sephora and Ulta, and then we're gonna try some of these products on together. So to be honest with you, the reason I didn't shop that much at the Sephora sale is I'm actually no longer rouge, and I will say I am proud of myself. Okay, that means I spent slightly less money, but I will tell you I was like $5 away from being rouge. So it's not that big of an accomplishment, but I was only gonna get 15% off, and Angelica Nikfis actually shared her friends family 20% off rouge code that you can give to somebody. But Angie, if you're watching this, I'm a horrible person. I was too late to use it. I didn't realize that it had to be before the VIB sale kicked in. Like, it was only the first few days. So I didn't even get to use the 20%. But that's okay. I ended up using a coupon at Ulta because Ulta was having a 20% off coupon for everybody. So let me start off with the things that I'm not gonna use in this video. Things that are just not necessary to use on camera. So the first one is the blender cleanser from Beauty Blender. It's just the blender soap. And I will tell you, I feel like this cleanser cleans my sponges way better than any other soap I've used. In particular, my beauty blenders or my sponges, this to me is the best. And I try to really just buy it when it's on sale. I'm not trying to pay full price for something like that. And along that same vein, I also bought a beauty blender. Same thing. I try to buy this really just when it's on sale because I don't really love paying $20 for a beauty blender, but I personally feel like the original beauty blender, or the beauty blender I should say in general, is superior to all sponges. That's my personal opinion.
That's my opinion!
I understand if you don't agree with me. There are plenty of other sponge options out there for way less money. And I do use other sponges like in between. But for me, like the original beauty blender is just chef's kiss beautiful. So I do pick up one of these during the sale. And I bought both of these at Ulta. Two things that I purchased at Sephora that are just refills of things I already have, things that I use up, are my eye primer, like my eyeshadow primer, and my lash glue. So this is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the anti-aging version in particular. It's the only eyeshadow primer I use. It's my dependable go-to, and the one I have is getting low. It's getting a little crusty, so it's time to replace it, although I did use my old one on my eyelids today. It's cooking right now, but it is my favorite eye primer. I don't really have problems with creasing that often, but I don't feel like my eyeshadow creases when I use this. I have oily skin, and I feel like this helps my eyeshadow stay put without like caking up and drying up my eyelids or like emphasizing dry spots or lines. It smooths on, it blends out easy, it is translucent, so there's no color base to it. It's beautiful. I love it. I just love it. And then the only eyelash glue that I use is the Lily Lashes Brush On Lash Adhesive. It's my favorite because I have very sensitive eyes. A lot of eyelash glues make my eyes puff up, like I have some kind of allergy, I'm guessing, but this is the only one I've used that doesn't irritate my eyes. It's perfect, and it's the right amount of adhesive where it's strong enough that my lashes stay on, but it's not so strong that like I'm having eyelash glue in my eyelashes for 5 days later. I used to use the House of Lashes one religiously, but then I started developing an allergy to it. But the House of Lashes one is like, you can put eyelashes on and you could sleep in them for 5 days and the eyelashes are not coming off, which could be a good thing, but for me it was like the eyelash glue was getting stuck in my lashes. I don't know, it was not for me. Okay, let's put it that way. So anyway, I restocked on these. These I bought at Sephora. All the other stuff that I bought we're gonna use on the face, but I did not buy any new eyeshadow palettes at Sephora. I really don't buy many eyeshadow palettes at Sephora or Ulta. I'm really more of an indie girl, except you know, like Natasha Denona. But one palette that I want to use today that I haven't used on camera yet is the Glamlite and Kiss eyeshadow palette. So Glamlite did a collaboration with the band Kiss. I only bought the eyeshadow palette, although they did come out with a whole bunch of products. So we have this very cool lenticular cover like they usually do with pretty much all of their palettes. And then on the inside, we have this really pretty, grungy, a little bit more mid-tone to deep. I've only used this once, and I only used it in an Instagram reel. So I wanted to use it here on YouTube. I did actually use the blues in my Instagram reel. So today I kind of want to play with the greens. That's what I'm thinking. So like I said, I've already primed my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. And I'm going to go in with a really fluffy brush. This one is from SEPHORA collection from forever ago. And this shade called the Catman. Wow, a lot of kickback in the pan. I'm going to place through my crease pretty lightly. It is more mid-tone, so I don't know how good of a transition shade this will be for me, but we're going to try it. I would love to know if you shopped the SEPHORA sale or the Ulta sale. What did you pick up? Give me a little haul of your own down in the comments, or let me know if you skipped out on the sale. I always love hearing people that skipped out on the sale, just because, you know, just giving two different perspectives of if you want to buy something and you're going to get it on sale, or sometimes it's like you don't really need to buy something just because it's on sale. So I would love to know whether you shopped or not. Okay, because I used a pretty fluffy brush, that was quite easy to kind of just blend out a little bit more, make a gradient. I'm gonna take the same shade, but on a slightly more dense brush. This is the Blend Bunny. It doesn't have a name, but it's from the Forget Me Not collection. I'm gonna go into the same shade, the Catman, and just put it a little deeper in the crease just to add a little more depth. Yeah, that definitely built depth up, as you can see. That was easy. I actually think I'm gonna go in with the black in the palette, which is called Black Diamond, and just place that in the very outer corner of my eye. I'm going to use a Blend Bunny B4, just like a really small pencil brush, and just pack this on the outer corner. Did you pick up this palette or anything else from the collection? And are you a Kiss fan? If you are, do you think they did it well? I would love to know. I'm not a big Kiss fan. Like, I don't mind bopping to some of their music, but I'm by no means a big fan. I don't know much about the band, but it was a cool thing for them to collaborate with such a huge, huge artist, huge band. I'm gonna put the NYX Glitter Primer all over my lid. I wanna take the shade Rock and Roll All Night. It's really pretty, kind of olivey green. And I'm just gonna place that all over my lid. I love me some green. It's one of my favorite colors to wear. Okay, I'm back. While I was off camera, I just lined my upper lash line with a black liquid liner, put on some mascara, and I put the Sigma color corrector under my eyes. Everything that is on my face, on camera, off camera, products I bought, the products I'm using that aren't brand new, that's all gonna be in the description box in case you're wondering. But let's continue. Another new thing that I bought, and I actually bought this from SEPHORA because it was not available at Ulta, is the Urban Decay Face Bond Waterproof Foundation. This was something that I had really been interested in since I saw it. I actually got contacted by Urban Decay and they asked if they could send it in PR, but by the time I responded, I guess they have a limited quantity of products that they were giving out. I was too late. So I got the shade 13 Light Medium Cool Olive. Now, depending on the time of the year, I'm usually a light, typically a light. But looking at the swatches online, I thought that this was gonna be the best option for me. They look like they ran a little light. And if something has an olive undertone, I'm absolutely more likely to wanna purchase it because I have an olive undertone, and nothing below light medium had an olive undertone. And I've swatched this on my hand and it looks like it matches me literally perfect. I'm so excited, but we're gonna give it a shot. So the claims on this, it says that it is a self-setting foundation, water, sweat, and humidity proof, smudge and transfer resistant, no powder needed, 3% niacinamide, formally clinically tested to improve skin texture, feel after 4 weeks, can't feel coverage, lightweight, medium buildable coverage, non-comedogenic. All of those claims really call to me, so I'm excited. And it does retail for $40 and there are 40 shades. The packaging is cute. It's kind of itty bitty little squeezy tube. And I have only put on moisturizer. I don't really wear primers. Like, I don't have to wear a primer. It's not like a necessity for me. And I want to test this just on my moisturized skin. I do have oily skin. Although I will say right now, since it's not like summertime, I'm more like normal to oily. But I'm going to squeeze this out on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to pick it up with my damp beauty blender. Yeah, it's even actually too light for me. I'm really surprised. Coming from something that claims to be light medium. So just be aware, the shades run light for sure. It is slightly light, but it does match me. It's covering up my redness, and as I cover up the redness, it is blending into my skin tone very nicely. It is, I would say, medium coverage. The undertone is perfect for me. I'm so excited. Not every foundation has an olive undertone option, so that's a win for me. All right, so this is this entire side of my face with the foundation on, and then this side of my face with the foundation not on. I should have maybe done this side so we could cover it. Well, we're gonna see it in a second. But yeah, I think the color is really good. I think the undertone is amazing. And right off the bat, I would say that it is leaning more matte. Like, there's really no shine to it. It feels very lightweight. I'm wondering how this is gonna wear. Right now, it is 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and I will be wearing this all day. But of course, this is gonna show up in a like speed reviews in the future after I've tested it enough. And I'll be able to like give you more thoughts once I fully test it. But let's go on to this side. Let's see how well this is gonna cover up my constellation of zits right here. Yeah, it covered it up really nicely. But I would still say that it is more medium coverage. I wouldn't call it full coverage because I don't know if you can see, I have a beauty mark here. And I can still see the brown of that beauty mark through. It is even a little too light. That is crazy, light medium. Okay, so this is the foundation over my entire face. Definitely, I would say medium coverage. It feels, like it said, very lightweight on the skin. Like, it doesn't feel heavy. It looks, for sure, satin to matte. I'm willing to bet as it goes on a little bit and it dries down that it's gonna be fully matte. But yeah, so far so good. I would love to know if you picked this up. How's your experience been so far? All right, I'm back. I just put on concealer and powder because I don't have any new concealer or powder to talk about. But one thing I'm very excited to use is the new Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick. Oh my goodness, so excited. I got mine in the shade Chocolate Mousse, and I do believe this is the lightest shade, and it's still pretty dark or slash pigmented. I got this from Ulta because I wanted the 20% off. Yep, it is the lightest one, and it retails for $35. I did swatch it on my arm, and I will say it is very creamy, very creamy. So excited about that. The packaging is really pretty. It feels a little cheap, if I'm gonna be honest with you. And it supposedly smells like chocolate orange. And it does, but it's not that strong of a scent. Like, I really gotta stick my nose in there to get the scent. All right, I have my handy dandy e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush, which is my favorite cream cheek product brush. I hardly ever go right onto my face. I'm way too scared for that. And by the way, I meant to tell you, I set just my T-zone just because that's always what I do. And honestly, I just started doing it without thinking about it. So I was like, I guess I have to finish it. I did not set the perimeter of my face where I'm gonna put this bronzer stick. So I just brush from the stick onto the brush. Then I'm just gonna tap it out on my hand. Yeah, that's pretty pigmented. All right, let's give it a shot. That looks nice. I think I can go a little bit more. Let's try it. Nice. That looks really, really pretty. It is slightly cool toned, which is not usually my preference. I don't feel like it looks too gray or anything. I will say if you're like really, really light / fair, this may be a little too deep for you. Bringing it down under my chin. I think overall that looks really pretty though. I like that. Now, I bought these two products, which to me feel pretty... Oh my gosh. I thought it was gonna break. Call me a glutton for punishment, but I did buy the Fenty Beauty Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighter from Ulta online. Listen, that is a risky thing because almost every time I order powder products from Ulta, they end up coming absolutely broken, but this one didn't. This one didn't. And I also bought the Natasha Denona High Gen Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier. This one I bought from Natasha Denona's website. I have an affiliate code for her website to save 15%. So I used my own code. Okay, that's what I did. But I will say these two products seem pretty similar to me, even just in their claims. So the Fenty Beauty one, this says silky smooth formula for a naturally radiant finish, effortless application, lightweight texture. It says that it is a skin tone based highlighter with a silky soft feel infused with super fine pearls designed to give a low key glow for every tone. So it's more like a lit from within type of glow. I did get the shade Prosecco, which is the second to lightest. It's described as a soft light gold shimmer, and I would agree with that. I will say, I think that if I got this in the wintertime, it would be too dark for me. But that's just upon swatching it. I don't know that till I put it on my face. Packaging wise, absolutely beautiful. It has like a iridescent type of cover. It's so beautiful. That one retails for $40. Then I also got the Natasha Denona one. This one retails for $48. This one I bought in the shade 01 Light. So this is the lightest shade. This is saying it is a bouncy face powder enriched with skin-loving ingredients. It leaves the skin with a silky soft touch and a natural luminous finish. So automatically off the bat, feeling them, touching them, swatching them, the Natasha Denona one definitely feels creamier, like a cream to powder, almost like the ColourPop Super Shock highlighter, whereas the Fenty one feels like a true powder highlighter. At least that's what I felt like just upon touching it. The Natasha Denona packaging is also so beautiful. It's like a metal, really nice. It's got some weight to it, magnetic closure, really luxurious, really, really nice. So I want to try the Fenty on one side and the Natasha Denona on the other, just so we can compare. So I am going to take the Fenty and I'm going to pick up this Singe F07 brush, one of my favorite highlighter brushes. I'm going to pick it up on one side of the brush and I'm going to just put it straight onto my cheeks here. Ooh, that is beautiful. Wow. That is really shiny. You see that? I'm going to go ahead and say this is a not lit from within glow. It's pretty out there, but it is very skin-like, very smooth. It's not chunky or sparkly. That is beautiful. And it's saying it's supposed to blend into your skin tone. I do think that that looks nice. It doesn't look like a stripe on my face. Like when I turn my head forward, I don't see a cast. It looks really pretty. That looks really pretty. Great. Again, that is in the shade Prosecco 02. All right, let's try the Natasha Denona on the other side. Which side of the brush did I use? Let me just use my Sigma switch really quickly. Okay, so I just wiped off the brush. I'm going to go in now with the Natasha Denona and pick that up. Let me just go on to this side. Oh, so pretty. This one definitely is slightly lighter, but I still feel like it works with my skin tone. Look at that. Wow. So pretty. Definitely has a creamier texture. Like I can just feel it how the brush is gliding on my face. It is a little more of a creamy texture. So this is Natasha Denona. And this is Fenty. I will say the Natasha Denona looks lighter, like color-wise, than the Fenty, which makes sense because the Fenty is not, I didn't get the lightest shade in the Fenty, but similar effect to the face where it is just skin-like, wet looking, not chunky, really pretty. I like them both, honestly. Just for the heck of it, I want to swatch them both next to each other on my hand. Let me do it on my arm because my hand is really red for some reason. Okay, yeah, touching the Fenty, it's just it feels like a powder highlighter, very powdery. So that's Fenty. Middle finger, I'm going to pick up Natasha Denona. Yeah, the color is different. So Fenty on top, Natasha Denona on the bottom. Pretty similar effect. The Natasha Denona is just slightly lighter in color. But either one, I don't know that you could go wrong. They both look beautiful. All right, so let's finish up the lower lash line with the Glamlite and Kiss palette. I'm gonna take a flat definer brush. This one is from Sigma. It's the E15. I'm gonna pick up the black, which is called Black Diamond. And I'm just gonna push this up against my lower lash line. That is a really nice pigmented black. Really nice. I'm gonna take that Blend Bunny B4 brush and I'm gonna go into the shade, the Catman, and just blend that out. I accidentally created a wing, but the wings are not even close to even. We're just gonna move past that. In the palette, there is like this iridescent duochrome. It's really pretty. It's called the Spaceman. It is like a blue purple. Isn't necessarily gonna go with the look, maybe not, but I'm still gonna use it anyway for my inner corner. So I'm gonna pick that up on an Alamar. Doesn't have a name, but it's just a little flat brush. I'm gonna pick up the Spaceman and pop that in the inner corner. And for my waterline, I'm just gonna put a black. This is from ColourPop in the shade Swerve. The hair is just large and in charge today. It can't be tamed, so I'm not gonna try. But this is the finished look. What do you think? Listen, I think it came out really cute. Off camera, I added blush, a lip. Again, I just didn't buy anything new or didn't have anything new to show you, but in case you're wondering what they are, it's in the description box, of course. But I think the look came out cute. Listen, green, I'm always down for green. Now, I've only used this now twice, so I have to continue using it before I give you my final thoughts. But I will say, just like using the few shades that I have, the mattes are really good Glamlite quality mattes where they're a little bit more on the pigmented side. And typically with Glamlite, they do more mid-tone to deep mattes in their palettes, and we're getting mid-tone to deep in this. But I was able to get like a really fluffy brush to be able to diffuse that mid-tone shade to make it more of a transition shade for my skin tone, so that's good. The shimmers so far, I've only used these two shimmers, so I gotta continue using them, but so far so good. The foundation is definitely matte. Like, it is completely matte on my face right now. I didn't set the perimeter of my face, but it's matte. My T-zone is matte, obviously, because I set it, but I'm wondering how this is gonna wear throughout the day. I'm sure my oils are going to peek through, but I'm wanting to see like how much. So I will keep you posted on that. And the highlights look beautiful. The bronzer looks great. I mean, I'm very happy with all of my purchases thus far. But of course, again, I would love to hear from you. Did you shop the sale at either Ulta or Sephora? Did you skip on the sales? Let me know because I love hearing from you. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot when you do that. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing before you leave. I do upload videos weekly and I'd love to see you back on my channel again. I want to thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.